Don't create a piece of art because you figured something out. Create a piece of art in order to figure something out. This is what we often say in music research, and building on this, what has emerged in the past couple of decades is that music can't be simply understood as different pitches hitting the ear. Nope. The sounds of music ignite a neural cascade of spikes on the inside of the skull. And this correlates with different rhythm or pitch, but it gins up a silent neural choreography. And this neural choreography, this activity, is closely tied in with our emotions and pulls strings to our memories. So we don't just hear music, and our brain does not just process music. It amplifies and even transforms music, which shows us something very special. That shows us that the ultimate instrument, it's not the piano, the voice, or even a unique synthesizer. The ultimate instrument is the one between our ears. Dear Cynthia, is this the touch point for the instrument between their ears? Rather than memory being an accurate video recording of a moment in your life, it is actually a fragile brain state of a bygone time that has to be resurrected for you to remember. Our neurons operate in a dynamic matrix of shifting relationships, and heavy demand is always placed on them to wire with others. So that is why your memory of my performance will become a faded memory for you,
as the neurons involved become co-opted in another memory constellations. Now, the enemy of memory, it's not time, it's other memories. Each new event needs to establish new relationships among a limited number of neurons. Now, the surprise is that a faded memory does not feel faded to you. You think, you intuit that the full picture is there.
You know, a big indicator of a performance is actually, well, who you sit near. Why? Well, because low performers are contagious and infectious. And if you're next to a low performer, your own performance might lower by freaking 35%. But if you're next to a high performer, your performance will boost. So in this beautiful circle that we have, the lowest and the highest among us are contagious. Of course, good news is that high performers are more powerful than low performers. Wait a second. Who am I surrounded by? Because obviously that the environment does affect our creativity. But all of us, let's not forget that even our own performance skills are as well being contagious.
Listening. Listening is not about understanding the words that are being said. Listening is listening for a meaning. The test, if you are a good listener, is if the other person feels hurt.
Originality versus authenticity. Guaranteed, it's been already done. Because as humans, we are creative and inventive, and some of us are even smart, but we've had the arts for 40,000 years. And pretty much everything has been done. So when we want to go out there and, try and do something new and original, actually, statistics show that if you want to do something original in the arts, statistics are in favor that it's not going to be a good idea, and that's why it's not done. Not joking. Hey, I'm serious here. So, what do we do now? One thing, what we can do is, of course, be stubborn and say someone has to be on the left side of the distribution. If you were researchers, I promise this would have been a funny joke. But the annoying field of music research actually does suggest something cool that we can do. What we can do, guys, we steal, if you prefer, we borrow. And that is absolutely fine. Hear me out. Even freaking legends like Shakespeare, he totally stole more than half of his stories from older stories. That fella felt that there are not so many new stories to be told. And that was like, what, 400 years ago? And he felt, there are not so many new stories to be told. What do I do? Oh yes, I'm smart enough. I will steal. So he stole more than half of his stories. You know what he did? He told them in a way that no one has told them before. He told them in an authentic way, because in arts, it's not about who is first. It's about doing what matters, right? And even if it's done like 10,000 times, we're allowed to add to the pile if we feel that we need to do it. And if people don't like it, well, amazing. While I think that we should not agree on arts, and probably a lot of other things in life. And what I'm saying actually is quite biased. Believe it or not, I don't have the data to support me for this one, but I'm saying it because my grandfather used to say that it's amazing when we don't agree. And once I asked him why, he was like, well, Anna, if everybody liked the same things, they would all want to get with your grandmother. So now you see, I have good genes. I'm smart like my grandfather and sexy like my grandmother. So, let's disagree. Because it's beautiful when we disagree. And now, if I may, all of you, if you allow me, to use the instrument between your ears, as I would like to do a final short coda and tell you that memory and time are linked in a very special way. Consciousness, your experience of what is happening right now, of my speech, your experience of my performance, of my amazing outfit, your experience of your world right now. Consciousness. Well, consciousness, it's always a story told retrospectively. I must tell you that you are not being conscious of anything in the moment. consciousness is always about your brain asking itself, what just happened? What just happened?